Well, good afternoon everyone and welcome to Grosvenor Vale, to this Boxing Day clash between Wealdstone and Slough Town. We are just having a few technical difficulties here, so we're just going to see if we are working. We've got a bit of a technical problem with the computer. We're not sure if we're coming on live. If anyone's listening in, could you please just comment and say that you're listening in for me, please, just so that we know that you can hear us this afternoon. So it's going to check. Someone's just checking. So anyone could go onto the thing and just let us know. There's a little chat room at the bottom, and you can go on there and listen in. Someone just tell me if we're working. I'll just carry on with what we're doing. We haven't got any team sheets yet either, so we're going to just have to guess what's going on as players are players. So until someone comes over, gives us a team sheet. Rebel can hear me, so that means that we're on. Thank you very much for that. That means that someone can hear us, so that means you can all hear us. So there you go. That's all good. So brilliant, we're on, and we'll just crack on then. So brilliantly, other games for you this afternoon. Don't forget that this is a double header. So this game here against Wealdstone is a the rematch, or the double header, will be on New Year's Day at Slough, and again that will be a 1 o'clock kickoff. So please bear that in mind. That Tuesday the 1st, Slough will be at home to Wealdstone. 1 o'clock kickoff. Other than that as well, right by the speaker here this afternoon, which is great. Apart from that, we've also got this coming Saturday, which is the 29th. Slough will be away to Dulwich Hamlet. So please be aware there is a supporters coach going to. That is a 3 o'clock kickoff. Now, please, also, this is the second game back at Dulwich. They're playing at home today as well at Champion Hill. So they're not ground sharing at 2 team. It's back at Champion Hill, and you are advised to buy tickets from online, because they are expecting some long queues, and that will help. So if you are thinking of going, please try and buy your tickets in advance. It will save a lot of time. So there you go. Other games for you. So Boxing Day, big old lot of games going on for you all this afternoon. So also we've got in the National League South, it's Chelmsford City versus Billericay Town, Chippenham Town versus Bath City in what's classed as the A4 Derby. Then we've got Dulwich Hamlet at home to Eastbourne Borough. East Thurrock United at home to Concord Rangers. It's Hungerford Town versus Oxford City. I haven't got one. Then we've got St Albans City versus Hemel Hempstead Town. Torquay United versus Truro. Welling United versus... Thank you. Just got a team sheet now after all of that, and I'll run through the team for you in a second. We've got Weston-super-Mare versus Gloucester City, and Woking versus Hampton and Richmond Borough. Do you want to take a photo or anything there? No? Okay. And so there you go. So that's the other ones for you. So we will try and keep you up to date as usual with those. And if you would like to get in contact with us, you can do so in 2 places. You can do so on the Slough Town chat room, as you're listening to me waffle on as usual. You'll see there's a little chat room. Some of you are already in there. Good afternoon to Kelvin, who's in there nice and early, and you can go in there, or you can do so via Twitter. Don't forget, we will have our half-time quiz as well. So let's get down to business at the moment, and let's tell you about this ground here, home of Wealdstone. It's quite a wide ground, and it's quite long grade. It's very, very slopey. So on the far hand side there's a little burger bar, and then it slopes all the way down from that. And not only does it slope downwards, it slopes to the side as well. So I think teams playing down the slope will love it in the first half. It's going to be a game of 2 halves maybe, but I can definitely see the pitch being a real leveller in this game as well, so bear that in mind. Good afternoon to our Stockport County FC's #1 fan, and Free Burton's listening, Graham as well, and Ian, and we've got a few more of you on there as well. So we're going to run through the teams for you in a second. Just a reminder that we have what was I going to say? I can't remember now. I've forgotten what it was. I don't know what I was talking about. We'll run through the two teams for you instead. So there you go. That's a lot easier, isn't it? And then we know what we're doing. Okay, so starting with the home side here this afternoon. In goal for them is Jonathan North. 2 is Jake Shepherd. 3, Ramami Medford Smith. 4 is Connor Stevens. 5 is the captain, Jerome Akimo. 6 is Godfrey Puku. 7 is Slough's old boy Matt Lench. 8 is Alexander Samizada. 9 is David Pratt. 10 Dan Green, and 11 is Jeffrey Monacana. So for Wealdstone, their subs this afternoon are 12 Glenn Wilson, 14 is Bradley Hudson Adoy, 15 Christian Smith, 16 is Ogu Obi, and 17 is Pavel Karolkowski. For the Rebels, it's Jack Turner in goal, 2 Josh Jackman, 3 George Wells. A change for the Rebels, it's 4 Guy Hollis, 5 is the captain Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 Sam Togwell, 8 Scott Davies, 9 Ben Harris, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Simon Dunn. So now going with a shorter kind of thing, and maybe a change in formation as well here, I reckon. Maybe we'll see 3 at the centre back. 4 subs for the Rebels this afternoon: 12 Warren Harris, 14 James Dobson, 15 Louis Saw, 16 is Dejonno Williams, 17 Manny Williams. The referee is Jack Packman, and we've got 2 assistants in Andrew Liu and Kane Dempster. So there you go, those are the things that you need to know for this game here this afternoon. There's quite a strange ground here. They've got some covering behind the goal to our left. We're in the main stand here, which seats a good number of people, and then the stand to our left is covered. It's got some terracing behind that, and then the stand behind the goal to our right, there's a little bit of cover, and then there's a stand with loads of seats, and it kind of goes from one side of the goal all the way to the opposite corner flag, heading towards the T-bar on that far hand side. So there you go, and there's a little couple more little pockets of little terraced standing as well around the ground, but as of yet it doesn't look like there's a lot of people here. Normally these Boxing Day clashes are absolutely packed, but unless they're all in the bar keeping warm, it doesn't seem to be many people here this afternoon, which is a bit strange. But the two sides are just coming out now. Slough will be in their away kit, or home kit of amber and blue, as Wealdstone play in blue shirts with one big white stripe down the left hand side, and they've got white shorts and white socks. So Slough are in their away kit of amber and blue this afternoon. So we're not far from kick-off here this afternoon, and there's a little scoreboard which has just not been shown a lot, but it's come through with the scoreboard, so I don't need to worry about that, and it's being filmed as well. Highlights will come through in a couple of days as well. So the two teams are just being introduced to each other here. We'll have all of the action as it happens. And we hope, first of all, you've all had a really good Christmas. I had a lovely day yesterday, apart from the fact that I opened my fridge and a bottle of beer fell out from like the middle shelf. It's quite high freezer kind of thing, and landed on my little toe. So not only did I hurt my little toe, but I broke a big bottle of beer as well. So not the best of days, but it did get better in the afternoon. So I hope you all had a really good Christmas. And next up for Slough will be New Year, and then obviously you're going to have to get up early on New Year's Day for that home game. We're right sat next to a speaker as usual. Always happens to us at some of these grounds. So there we go. It looks as though there's a few mascots just having some photos taken at the moment. So all the games in the National League South this afternoon are big local derbies. This is no exception. And we're just going to look to see how Slough line up. It looks like Slough are going to go for quite a small, a kind of thin 4-4-2 by the looks of it at the moment, just judging by where the players are standing. Jack Turner is in his red away kit this afternoon. And the Wealdstone goalkeeper North is in green. So there you go. That's everything you need to know. We're just going to wait for the referee to get today's game kicked off. The two captains just meeting in the middle here at the moment. We're being drowned out by Europe. Quite appropriate, really, isn't it, in the political timings that we're being drowned out by Europe and the final countdown. So it looks as though Slough will be shooting in this first half from right to left. So they'll be going down the slope this afternoon. And it looks as though Slough will have the kickoff here as well. Where's the thing? Let me just grab me stopwatch. We're just waiting for this extremely loud music to finish. So Slough with the kickoff and shooting to the... And there we are, got kickoff here. And Slough play it back here towards Jack Turner. Turner, long ball down here, looking for Chris Flood. Little cushion header behind Ben Harris on the far hand side. He keeps the ball in, almost hurdles into the crowd, but it doesn't keep the ball. It's out of play, and it's actually come off a Wealdstone player for, not a fan obviously, that would be silly. Wealdstone player for a throw to Slough, level of the 18-yard box. And Slough do have Guy Hollis back into the team, and you will see that immediately Guy Hollis has come forwards for this one. And Sam Togwell and Mark Nisbet are now in there as well for Slough. So long throw coming on the far hand side. And it's Guy Hollis with this long throw for the Rebels into the box, aimed in with some power. Gets flicked on by Chris Flood, comes to the edge of the box where it's cleared there by Green. And a chase for David Pratt. But George Wells plays it back to Jack Turner. Heavy touch by Turner, who just gets there early for Slough. Ball over the top here for Nisbet of all people to chase. Mistake by the two Wealdstone players, and Nisbet chases this ball down. Comes straight over our commentary position and out behind us. And I don't know what's behind us. There's a big field somewhere, but it's in there, and Slough will have another throw here this afternoon. We're just waiting for a football to come on as the Wealdstone fans and Slough fans swap their positions here this afternoon. And it looks as though it's suddenly filled up from absolutely nowhere. And it's going to be Guy Hollis to take a throw right in front of our commentary position. He's going to arch his back over the fence here. And just waiting for a bit of movement inside the box here. It's Hollis with this long throw again for Slough. Aimed towards Mark Nisbet. Little header away there by Green. Ball still bounces around. Comes to the edge of the box where it's cleared down the line here, but intercepted by George. Oh, mistake by Wells allows Pratt to hold the ball up here. And he plays the ball forwards here, looking for Green. Green plays it through to Samizada, who's offside. And a free kick to the Rebels. And it's going to be... is it a free kick? The ref must have blown up actually for a foul by Slough in the build-up. It's a free kick here to Wealdstone. And it's going to be taken by the right back Shepherd. Shepherd playing the ball in. Easily volley cleared by by Lee Togwell. The volley comes back in from Green, and then clearing the ball down the line is Hollis, but he gives the ball away here to Lynch. Lynch coming down that near hand side in towards Green, who chips the ball over the top. Slough looking for an offside, and they do get the offside this time. And the ball is going to be a free kick to the Rebels just outside their penalty area on the far hand side. And the Slough fans finding their voice here early on this afternoon. As Turner takes the free kick for Slough, aimed towards Ben Harris. Little push in the back, but the referee says no foul. Comes out here on the far side to Monacana, flicked on by Green, only as far as Nisbet. Volleys the ball over the top here for Dunn to chase, but that will be well shepherded out by Shepherd. And it's a throw to Wealdstone deep inside their own half. And the right back Shepherd will be the player that comes across to take this throw. He's going to by the time he throws it level with his own 18-yard box. Long throw into the air. Sam Togwell beaten to the ball by Pratt. Hooks on though by Wells in towards Lee Togwell, finding Simon Dunn. Dunn's challenge, but this ball comes out here towards Davis. He spreads it here for Josh Jackman to come down this right-hand side. Jackman just cuts inside here, crosses with his left foot, trying to find Simon Dunn. Headed away by Okimo. Comes out to Samizado, who loses the ball, and Sam Togwell has to stretch to get there and finds George Wells down this left-hand side. Wells crossing on the far-hand side, looking for Flood. Flood just beaten to the ball there by Medford Smith, and it comes out here towards Shepherd, who keeps it in. Little cushion header by George Wells finds Sam Togwell. Spreads it here towards Josh Chapman on the halfway. And Chapman just got caught there by Matt Lynch, and that's a foul for the Rebels. And Chapman down on the centre circle here. And it'll be Chapman just slowly getting to his feet here. Good afternoon to Richard Weisler, Jim Robertson, Will Reese and Tequila Shark. And it's going to be Mark Nisbet to take this free kick for Slough. And it's played on the far hand side towards Ben Harris. Him and Guy Hollis both go for the same ball. It's come off one of their heads. It's out of play for a throw to Wealdstone, right by their corner flag. And feel free to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio. My name's Aid, and you can contact us either on Twitter, it's at MyFC Rebels Radio, or like many of you are doing on the YouTube comment section. Lee Togwell heads it away, climbing high above McCartney, but straight out of play for another throw. And the referee telling Shepherd to go back, and he doesn't take it from the right place, so it's now a throw to the Rebels. And they're going to leave it for George Wells to take. And it's George Wells down this left-hand side, in towards Nisbet. Nisbet's closed down by Pratt. Comes off Pratt last. Another throw to Slough. And George Wells takes this one and this time finds Guy Hollis. Hollis with a bit of space. Again, plays it out on the far-hand side towards Josh Chapman. Slough, no real width. Comes to Lee Togwell on the right-hand side. Played inside behind Flood, and then a stretch by Okimo. Ball bounces around towards almost Ben Harris. Great challenge from Sam Togwell. Then Guy Hollis heads it forward, finding Scott Davies. Davies under pressure, good ball into Sam Togwell, trying to find Flood. Little back heel into the path of Simon Dunn. Breaks into the box, tries to find Ben Harris. Harris will try and slide in, and he goes in a little bit heavy there, does Ben Harris. It's a free kick to Wealdstone. And good idea by Ben, who's just, the ball was a little bit behind him. He stretches to get there, but couldn't do it. And it's a free kick just on the 18-yard line of the Wealdstone penalty area. I'm just trying to get the who's playing where. And it's going to be the goalkeeper North with this free kick. Played forwards here, looking for Samiza. Comes off the head of Mark Nisbet, then well won by Josh Chapman, who's hit fire ball, finds Scott Davis, plays it down off a Wealdstone player for a throw to Slough. And it'll be Josh Chapman on the right hand side, just 5 yards away from the halfway line to take this throw. And it's headed away by Okimo. Davies just shields the ball but commits a foul at the same time. And it's a free kick to Wealdstone. Scrappy start to the game here so far this afternoon. You wouldn't believe it, but we've actually played 7 minutes. Doesn't feel like 7 minutes, but the ball is taken quickly by Okimo, looking for the run of Pratt, but well spotted by Jack Turner, who comes out to the edge of his area and claims the ball. Pratt was always a goal scorer against us when he played at Chippenham Town. A real poor kick by Jack Turner. It's come to Moncanu, and he gives it to Samizad. It's again for the second time in the afternoon. Caught offside. And this time Slough take the free quick early with Jack Turner's ball cleared away by Okimo. Comes towards Josh Chapman, who chips the ball forward to Flood. Flood's little header finding Davis on the right hand side. Davis tries to cross first time, and Chapman can't get it. Poku was there, but the ball bounces here, one back by Chris Flood, bursting into the edge of the box. Still taking a couple of challenges. Comes to Josh Chapman inside the box. And a great tackle in the end there by Stevens. Clears the ball, and it's out on the far hand side here towards Poku. Poku's ball forward comes off Simon Dunn and out of play for a throw to Wealdstone just inside the Slough Town half. And it's actually a throw by Medford Smith on the far hand side, superbly headed away by Josh Chapman. Lee Togwell can't get there. Constantly headed it on, fleed away by Nisbet. Sam Togwell hits it straight at Simon Dunn's face and goes the wrong way. Chested down here by Flood towards Davies. Davies trying to play it down the line for Ben Harris, but the tackle comes in. It's out of play for a throw to Slough on that far hand side. Slough fans in fantastic voice this afternoon. And the throw will come on the far hand side from Josh Jackman. And it's a couple of feet inside the Wealdstone half. The right back to take this one. Throws it hard with some power to finding Chris Flood. Flood's ball comes out to Scott Davis, who used to play for Wealdstone. Plays out here towards Lee Togwell, in towards Sam Togwell. Finds George Wells. Wells chipping the ball forwards. It's won by Stevens. He plays it forwards only as far as Guy Hollis. Hollis back out to Jackman on the right hand side. Beats Lynch in towards Flood. Flood back out here towards Davis. Davis under pressure from Green and gets a free kick. And I think Scott Davis has got a special place in the some of these Wealdstone fans, I wouldn't say hearts, but they might have a different place for him. So it's Scott Davis to take this free kick for Slough. Roughly 40 yards away from goal, coming down this slope. He's going to chip the ball into the box. Comes all the way to the far hand side to Ben Harris, who looking for a penalty, and it's been given. A foul by Shepherd, and then he's just kicked the ball into the face of a fan. Shepherd's given away a penalty, and then he's just kicked the ball into the face of some fans behind the goal. So it's a penalty here for Slough. It looks as though Ben Harris is going to be the player that will come across to take this penalty for Slough. And the goalkeeper's nowhere in his... can he not take it now? Because the goalkeeper's just had a word with the referee. And then the captain of Chemo from Wealdstone tries to have a word. Now North is standing, the goalkeeper standing in front of the ball, and just has a bit of a laugh with Ben Harris. But it's Ben Harris versus Jonathan North here for this penalty. Harris takes 4 steps back. North touches the... hits it and low into the back of the net. Slough have the lead. The goal coming from Ben Harris on 11 minutes. And he scores from the penalty spot. And it's the only thing that's happened in the entire game so far was Ben Harris winning that penalty and converting, and Slough have the lead here coming down the pitch here at Grosvenor Vale. Wealdstone 0, Slough Town 1, and it's Slough players just gently coming back into their...
10 minutes, 30 seconds.
Apparently the golden goal time is 10 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't get how you get 10 minutes and 30 seconds. You must have to sell a lot of tickets. Ball's played out anyway to Medford Smith down the line. Josh Jackman with the sliding tackle. One back here by Poku. Poku does well to turn. Just turns into a couple of players, and Medford Smith goes down. Lee Togwell just caught with a challenge there, and it's a bit kicked off here. And the referee's immediately in there. No surprise that Ben Harris has gone and joined that one. There's a bit of a lunging tackle on Lee Togwell. I can't see who the player it was. Got a funny feeling it was Matt Lynch with the tackle on Lee Togwell. He went in with a high foot as he slid in, and it is Lynch, the player who's been pulled aside by the referee here. And Lynch has been dual-regged with Hitchintown recently. The referee just having a word with Lynch here against his old side. Did have a little chat with Lynchy beforehand. Apparently he's been quite injured start of this season, so he's only just come out. He actually gets the yellow card. So there you go. That's the first yellow card of the game. Goes to Matt Lynch. And so Lynchy just gets a yellow card. And Slough will have a free kick. No other cards just out by the referee, Mr. Packman. You'd be surprised if it's called Packman and there's like team playing in yellow. You'd be chasing them around, wouldn't they? Eating dots off the floor. It's going to be Scott Davis to take this free kick. He drills it in hard and low. Comes off the head of Samizada. Chris Flood trying to get there. Lynch actually backheads it. I don't think he meant to, but it goes through to North in the Wealdstone goal. And he tries to get Wills on the attack quickly, but it's intercepted by George Wells, who plays it back towards Jack Turner. Pratt will chase it down, but Turner with the ball over the top here. Medford Smith volleys the ball away, comes through to Samizada, holds the ball up on the centre circle and finds Shepherd, who gave the penalty away. He plays the ball down the line, but it's too far for Samizada to play out. Moncana was trying to ask for the ball, but it's here with Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner just waiting as Samizada who's wearing short sleeves and gloves. Always amazes me when people do that. Long kick down the field here, looking for Ben Harris. Harris flicks the header on here for Simon Dunn to chase. It's Connor Stevens who comes across, and Dunn chases it down. It goes out of play for a throw to Wealdstone, level with their 18-yard box. And again, the referee is telling Shepherd, who's not having the best of games here, if he takes it from the wrong place, he's giving it the other way. Flayed in. Free header for Sam Togwell. Headed away by Poku. Sam Togwell then heads the next one on. Stevens heads it away. Sam Togwell third time lucky. Ball comes in towards Lee Togwell. Flicks it in. Comes through to Chris Flood. Chests it down. Trying to flick the ball on. Akeem over the header away. Comes to Davies. Davies trying to play it through. And it comes Lee Togwell in towards Josh Chapman. Chapman just halting his run and finds Scott Davies. Davies chipping the ball over, trying to find Chris Flood. Flood gets in there. It's out for a corner though for Slough. First corner of the game. And good work by Chris Flood and Scott Davies there. And this means that Slough now do have some aerial threat. They'll have Sam Togwell, Mark Nisbet and Guy Hollis going forwards for this corner. And it's going to be taken by Scott Davies, with Dobson on the bench here this afternoon. Just rested here. And it's going to be taken here with a bit of pace. Comes through to Guy Hollis at the back post. Slough got a second! And it's poked home by Mark Nisbet, the Slough Town captain. The ball come across from the corner from Davis. It was headed back across goal by Guy Hollis. And then at the back post was Mark Nisbet, who just pokes the ball in from literally a yard out on the far hand side. It's Wealdstone 0, Slough Town 2. And strangely for Slough, that's first goal for Mark Nisbet this season, and in fact only the second goal in the league scored by a defender for the Rebels. The other one coming from Josh Jackman on against Dartford a couple of weeks ago. So Slough 2 goals up here at Grosvenor Vale, and it's Wealdstone with the kick-off here. Comes through to Poku. Poku back towards Akimo. Akimo chipping the ball down the line. It flicked on, looking for the runner Pratt, but Hollis is there and hooks the ball down the line. Out of play for a throw to Wealdstone on the far side. And it's going to be Medford Smith to take this throw for Wealdstone. 5 yards inside the Slough half, in towards Green, who flicks a volley straight down the field, trying to find Lynch. Lynch's touch is heavy, hooked clear by Sam Togwell, back in by Lee Togwell towards Simon Dunn. Dunn just overruns it a little bit. Davies uses his body, and Dunn clears down the line. Ben Harris flicks the ball on, but Chris Flood had come short, and Shepherd goes all the way back towards his goalkeeper, North. And North, long clearance down the field, looking for Samizada, and it's headed away by Nisbet. Lee Togwell with a little cushion header finds Sam Togwell in towards George Wells, has to volley it under pressure. The ball's left here, it comes through to Connor Stevens, chased down by Lee Togwell, but Stevens gets there first, and then Guy Hollis heads it up in the air. Simon Dunn can't get it. It comes to Sam Togwell, plays the ball forwards. Flood does really well, flicks it on, fielded away though by Akimo. George Wells wins the header, comes through to Scott Davis. Davis stretches and gets there. Nisbet will go all the way back towards his goalkeeper. Wealdstone fans asking for a foul. Was Scott Davis with the challenge, and Jack Turner's clearance is poor. Headed on by Green in towards Pratt. Pratt's offside, and Slough's offside high line is working well for them. And it's another free kick, the third time that Wealdstone have been caught offside this afternoon. And the Slough fans are in fantastic voice behind that goal. They've done really well this afternoon. As we wait for Turner to come across to take this free kick for Slough, halfway inside his own half. Chips it on the far hand side, looking for Ben Harris, up against Medford Smith. Comes into the centre, Slough looking for a free kick, but it's here with Green, headed away though by Nisbet. Will find Chapman, who just slips at the wrong time. His challenge comes in, he won the ball twice, and it ricochets through to Scott Davis. Davis can't keep the ball in, And it looks like it's gone out for a throw to Wealdstone. Medford Smith, the left back, will take this one. He gains a few yards here, throws it down the line. Free header by Josh Chapman. Lee Togwell tries to get there. Comes back out here towards Scott Davis. In towards Chapman. Chapman clears under pressure. Ball here for Akimo to head away. Simon Dunn tries to get there, but Shepherd's there first for them. Plays in towards Green. Oh, Green plays it to Monacano, who slips. And it goes out of play for a throw to Slough, and Slough play it quickly at Monacano, comes back off him for another throw to the Rebels. And it's a lot of shouting going on by the Wealdstone number 10, Dan Green. It's George Wells with this throw here though for Slough. Aim towards Ben Harris, flicked on, it comes through to Puku. Puku under pressure from Flood, just does well to find Green. Green, chance to run at the Slough defence, does well, but a good challenge by Guy Hollis. Ball bouncing around. The referee says no foul. Flood just hooks the ball clear. Sam Togwell just making sure that Puku was all right. And it's here with Medford Smith on the far hand side. We will try and keep you up to date with scores from other games in our league in a second. Ball comes through here towards Connor Stevens, a centre back. Spreads it out here to Monacano. First time that he's had a chance, and skips off the foot of Wells for a throw to Wealdstone. 10 yards inside the Slough half. They'll leave it for Shepherd to come across to take. And Shepherd's just looking for a bit of movement here from his players. Doesn't come. How long is he going to be there for? The ref, he still hasn't thrown it on. Takes it short towards Pocker and gets the ball back. Shepherd then just clips the ball down the line. Headed away by George Wells. Flood tries to get there. Comes through to Stevens. Stevens has time on the ball. Looking to play it forward here for the run of Medford Smith. Medford Smith comes down, gets across in first time. Hooked clear though by Guy Hollis. And it comes out here towards Green, just on the halfway line. Keeps it on alive for Wealdstone. Turns under pressure from Ben Harris. Chips the ball down the line. Looking for Samizeda to chase. He does really well to get there, but he flicks the ball off the chest of Sam Togwell and into the arms of Jack Turner, but well wide of the goal. And Turner has the ball in his hands inside the penalty area. We have played 21 minutes. It's Wealdstone 0, Slough Town 2. And long kick again, named towards Ben Harris. Flicking it on, looking for Chris Flood. But Kimo makes a mistake, comes through to Ben Harris. Ben Harris gets down the near-hand side. Hasn't got anyone in the box through. Plays it across. It's a great ball across the 6-yard box. No one in there, and it's chased down well by Shepherd, who finds Monacano. But Lee Togwell staying with him. Oh, but not that much. George Wells just runs across. And he's given that as a foul against George Wells. But all he did was stood his ground. And Monacano's down on the floor here at the moment. And I think Mark Nisbet has just come in to say that all he did was stand his ground and he ran into him. The referee will call George Wells over. Just going to make sure that Monacano's okay. James Dobson's dad Tony just walking past us. And Monacano gets back to his feet. George Wells being called over here by the referee, and he's going to give him a yellow card. That is disgraceful refereeing. Wells just stood there as he got ran into by Monacano. George Wells gets a yellow card, and that is just absolutely crazy, honest to God. We do try to be honest and fair here, but George Wells just stood there. Monacano had overrun the ball. George Wells stood there. Monacano runs into him and gets a free kick. The free kick will be about 5 or 6 yards inside the Slough half. Standing over it is the Wealdstone number 10, Danny Green. We'll have a chance to put this one in left-footed. It's a really poor ball. Volleyed clear by Lee Togwell. But it comes back out here towards Green, who volleys it really straight through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal, and some Wealdstone fans behind the goal, sat in that stand, are not too impressed. Apologies there. Ball played in, looking for Ben Harris. Hits him on the back of the head, but he wins the ball. Puku comes in with a challenge, and it goes through to North, the Wealdstone goalkeeper. And he rolls the ball out here to Medford Smith to bring out for Wealdstone. Plays it straight down the lane. It comes off the head of Samizada. And George Wells plays it back here towards Jack Turner. Turner under pressure from the Wealdstone number 8. Clears long, and Connor Stevens takes a touch. Then plays it, hits it so hard it comes through to Monacana, in towards Shepherd, intercepted by Chris Flood, in towards Lee Togwell, Wells, and then Sam Togwell. Wells back in here towards Nisbet. Nisbet plays it down the field. Stevens heads it away, but straight out of play for a throw to Slough. And as it is, we've only had 2 shots in the entire game, and both of them gone in the back of the net for Slough. Quick throw here by George Wells, in towards Nisbet. Wells gets it back. Akimo clears it, looking for Green, who hits it straight at Wells, goes out of play for a throw to Wealdstone. It looks like Green is the influential man in that Wealdstone midfield. Ball's here with the right back Shepherd, who chips the ball forward, trying to find Pratt. Headed away by Guy Hollis, and a throw to Wealdstone, level with the 18-yard box of the Slough half. St Albans taking the lead against Hemel Hempstead, and the ball's been played out here by Slough, out for another throw to Wealdstone. Shepherd takes it quickly to Monacana, who tries to turn against George Wells, and it's back here with Shepherd, the right back, crosses the ball into the box, headed away by Nisbet, comes through to Lee Togwell on the edge of the box, who just hooks the ball straight down the field here for Stevens to chase. He'll keep the ball in play, plays across to his centre-back partner Akimo. Akimo just brings the ball forward here, finds Puku. Puku under pressure from Ben Harris, and plays it out here towards Shepherd. Good spell of pressure here by Wealdstone. Cuts inside past Simon Dunn, then back out here towards Monacana. Chance to run at the Slough defence, and skips past the challenge of George Wells. Crosses into the back post, headed away by Slough. It was Lynch of all people going in. Their tackle's still flying in the box. Slough still haven't got it cleared. Medford Smith goes down, and a shot comes in, and it's tipped over the bar by George Wells. Sorry, Jack Turner. So the first corner of the game goes to Wealdstone, and it's Dan Green to take this one. It's on this near hand side, so this will be an in-swinging corner for Slough to defend against. And Green just indicating what he's going to do. Goes short post. It's hooked clear by 2 Slough players. Comes to the edge of the box where Lent shoots. It's blocked and comes through to Ben Harris, who hooks the ball clear and long down the field, straight out of play for a throw. Poku's just screaming abuse at some of his own players, telling them where to go. And Slough are going to pin Wealdstone a little bit here. Shepherd will be the right back to take this throw for Slough. And aimed in is Sam Togwell with a free header. Just sends it straight out of play though. And Shepherd with the throw. Gains a few yards, but the referee says it's fine. Throws it in here towards Puku. Puku chased down by Chris Flood. Plays it out on the far hand side. Scott Davis gets there first for Slough, but the ball only finds Akimo. Akimo back in towards Puku. Puku playing deep, trying to bring the ball forwards. Plays it back out on the far hand side to Medford Smith. Again short, and won by Scott Davis. In towards Chris Flood, who holds the ball up for Slough, looking for a little bit of help. There's not much coming from Slough, and he turns on his own. Plays it down the line for Ben Harris to chase, but Harris was on the other side of the pitch. But Ben Harris gets to that far side, blocks the ball brilliantly, and it comes off Akimo for a Slough throw. And good play there by Ben Harris, who had a lot of space to make up. And Slough now have a bit of a break against the Wealdstone attack here. And Guy Hollis will walk over to take a long throw into the box for the Rebels. And he's just going to take it just level with the 18-yard box on that far hand side. And just again, bit of movement in the box from some Slough players. Ball comes through on the far hand side to Chris Flood. Who volleys it? Oh, what a great save that is by North in the Wealdstone goal. Brilliant shot by Chris Flood on the volley. And it's well saved by North. It was going right into the top corner. North got a hand to it, pushed it wide, and out for a corner to Slough. And it's going to be Scott Davis to take this one, this time from a near hand side. And Scott Davis comes to this near hand side, so this will be an in-swinging corner here for Slough. And Slough we're getting some goals from set pieces. Headed away though to the edge of the box. Samizada with it. Great challenge by Lee Togwell. Wins the ball. It comes back out here towards Scott Davies, and Davies hits it straight at Samizada. Underneath it is Josh Jackman. Not the best of touches, but George Wells, he hits it straight at Monacana. It's here with Sami Zaada down this near hand side. He's got Monacana running with him. He cuts inside. George Wells recovers brilliantly and then gets clattered. The referee has finally blown for a foul, and to be honest, that should be a yellow card. If it's he was late in there, was Sami Zaada. And the Slough fans behind that goal making a fantastic amount of noise, as rightly pointed out by Brindley on the chat there. And it's a free kick here to Slough. And it's going to be Jack Turner to take this free kick here for Slough. It's played here towards Ben Harris. He rises high, flicks it on, finding Simon Dunn on the edge, finding Chris Flood, trying to shoot left-footed, and it's a good save. Easy save in the end, though, for North in the Wealdstone goal. Nice and straight at him, but another chance here by Slough. The ball's in the hands of Jonathan North, the Wealdstone goalkeeper. Long kick by him. Underneath it was Sami Zaada, who heads it on and heads it back towards Jack Turner. And Turner just stands there with the ball at his feet while he waits for a Wealdstone player to come. And then as he comes, picks the ball up there. And it's here with Jack Turner. Turner, long kick down the field here, aimed towards again Ben Harris. Harris doesn't need to head it. Kima heads it the wrong way. Kima then heads it on forward, only as far as Lynch. Lynch hooks it up in the air. Lee Togwell's underneath it for Slough, finding Flood. Flood can't stretch enough, and it's cleared by Connor Stevens into the path of Monacana. Running down this near-hand side, turns and holds the ball up. Then tries to go down and runs the ball straight out of play for a throw to Slough. And then as his team are 2-0 down, he leaves the ball there for a Slough player to come and get the ball, but then gets told to pick the ball up. And George Wells with this throw for Slough, halfway inside his own half. Throws it back towards Jack Turner. Turner takes a touch. Then long clearance by him again. Aimed again towards Ben Harris. Wakimo with the header. Flicked on there. And then Pratt flicks the header back on. But George Wells is there for Slough. Back here towards Turner. And Turner again. Long kick here. Aimed towards Chris Flood. Ben Harris. Connor Stevens with the header on. Poku then heads it on. Only as far as Nisbet. Ball played in towards Shepherd. Shepherd turns under pressure. Manages to hold the ball up here, and Stevens hooks the ball down the field here for Wealdstone, headed away by George Wells, only as far as Lynch. Lynch just heads it up in the air. Scott Davis tries to get there. Poku there. Davis has gone down injured, but the ball's here with Medford Smith. He's got a bit of space in front of him to run it down. Jackman comes across to try and clear it, and the cross comes into the back post. Pratt's there, he can't get there. It's headed away by Nisbet, and then Lee Togwell with the header away. Comes out here to Monacana. Got Shepherd on the overlap if he needs him. Crosses it into the box. Headed away by Nisbet. And then volleyed clear by Josh Jackman on the far hand side. And it's the throw to Wealdstone. Taken quickly by Medford Smith. Gives it to Puku. Puku just loses it. It's a foul though by Ben Harris. And I think Ben was chasing the ball. And then Akimo came into the back of him. And the referee's going to call Akimo and Ben Harris over to have a little word. The referee just having a chat to both players, just telling them to calm down, and it's a throw-in on a free kick on the far hand side. It is to Wealdstone. Matt Lynch, this player, standing over it, 35 yards away from goal on the sideline. Plays it in deep, too deep, and it's easily taken by Jack Turner, who then just dives on the ball on the floor. 32 minutes gone. Strangely, it feels like we've been playing a lot longer. It's Wealdstone 0, Slough Town 2. And Turner has the ball in his hands here. A long kick by him going down towards Ben Harris. Harris again flicks the ball on and finds Flood. Flood up against Akimo. Flood being forced wide. He's got done inside the box in there. It's Akimo with the block. And then Lynch comes across with a challenge. Ben Harris this time goes in. And Ben's going to get a yellow card at least for that challenge. And Ben just slides in with the challenge. He's clearly caught Lynch there. Lynch was rolling around, but suddenly Lynch is now fine, and I get the funny feeling that Ben's going to collect another yellow card, at least a yellow card, and that's card number 6 for him this afternoon. And the referee must have shown it quickly because he's got a yellow card. And it's Lynch is just getting some treatment on the far hand side. So while Lynch is getting some treatment, let's see if we can find you some scores. I think Ben Harris has been called over by the referee along with Mark Nisbet. I don't think he's actually shown in the yellow card. I've got a funny feeling that he's just had a word with his linesman. And Ben's saying, Lynch is up, he's fine. Ben's trying to say to the referee that he thought he was going for the ball, and that's what he was aiming at. And Ben does finally get that yellow card on 34 minutes. I thought he'd shown it to him already. But there you go. And Ben Harris's name now being sung by the Slough Town fans behind the goal. Let's have a look. In the National League South, games that have kicked off at 1 o'clock. It's St Albans 1, Hemel Hempstead 0, Wealdstone 0, Slough 2, Welling 0, Dartford 0, Woking 1, Hampton and Richmond 0. The rest of those games kick off at 3 o'clock. As North takes the free kick from deep inside his own half, headed away again by Nisbet. This time Ben Harris flicks the header on. Akimo chases it down and plays it back towards his goalkeeper, who just passes it back out here to Akimo, the Wealdstone captain. And he plays it in here towards Puku. Puku spreads it now to Stevens, the other centre-back. First time ball by him into the path of Shepherd. Shepherd finds Monacana, who just about keeps the ball in. He's immediately surrounded by a couple of Slough players. Back here towards Shepherd, who comes inside towards Puku. Puku trying to chip the ball into Samizada, who holds the ball up, chipping it out on the far hand side. He's looking for Monacana, but Monacana can't be that tall, because he'd have to be about 8 foot. And if he was 8 foot, he'd be playing basketball. But again, poor play by Wealdstone. They just look like they're trying to have spells of pressure, but they're just not getting that final ball in the final third of the pitch. Just not working for them. It's a throw here for George Wells to take for Slough. And trying to find Ben Harris. It's hooked on by Stevens. Nisbet is underneath it for. Oh, he tries to head it back towards his own goalkeeper, and then Hollis. It looked like Hollis and Pratt had gone for the same ball. The referee blew his whistle immediately. Pratt's gone down, and I don't get it, because Pratt's gone down and tried to win a free kick. The referee says it's not a free kick. Oh, it's a free kick, but it's a free kick to Slough. So surely he's got to book him for diving. I don't understand it. Pratt's gone down looking for almost a penalty. It's literally on the 18-yard line, but the referee says it's a foul to Slough, but not a booking. Headed away by Akima, comes through to Zada, who holds the ball down, keeps the ball down well. Lee Tugwell with the challenge, clears it, and it's a free kick, but to what way? It's a free kick towards Slough, and the referee's in danger here of losing the plot. It was a little bit late by Samizadi. He left his foot in a little bit as Lee Togwell cooked it clear. But it's a free kick here to Slough. We're almost on the centre circle spot. Scott Davis is standing over it for the Rebels. He's going to float it into this far side for Ben Harris. Harris can't get there. It's a corner. And it's a corner to Slough. Much so you can tell that the Wealdstone fans around us didn't think that was a corner, but it was. And now Green has come and said something to the referee. And he's calling the captain over as well. I think Green's said something to the referee. The referee's just quite calmly trying to diffuse the situation by telling Akimo to keep an eye on what his players are saying. He understands they're losing their temper, but it's going to be a corner to Slough, in swinging from this near hand side. Scott Davis standing over it for Slough. Davis just waiting for a bit of movement from Slough. Goes into the box. It's right in there. It's hooked clear in the end. Only as far as Lee Togwell. He takes a touch and plays it back here towards George Wells, just inside his own half. Spreads it out on the far hand side looking for Davis. Easily headed away though by Lynch. It's a throw to Slough though. And it's 25 yards away from goal. Scott Davis is the player that comes across to take it. And I was actually going to leave it for Guy Hollis to come across to take. And Guy Hollis will put a long throw into the box here for Slough. And Hollis just leaning over the wooden fence that surrounds this ground here. Throws it in with a bit of spin on it. Bouncing around, headed away by Akimo. Comes back out here towards Hollis, who crosses it in first time. Ball bouncing around. Flicks on. Slough looking for a penalty, but Sam Togwell having his shirt tugged, but North dives on top of the ball, and it's closed the game back, and Slough just have to get back into position here as Sam Togwell just caught a little bit too upfield. Ball played here towards Lynch, overruns it, and then goes down, and it's a free kick there for a foul by Scott Davies. And we'll wait for the free kick to come in. Medford takes it quickly towards Puku. Puku spreads it out here towards Shepherd. Shepherd here towards Stephen. Stephen sits it at pace to Monacanu. Chance to run at the Slough Town defence. Overruns it several times. And Sam Togwell comes in, clears it long. Referee tells him to get up. And it's balls here with North. Little cushion pass towards Stephen. Stevens again spreads it across here to Akimo. Akimo finding Puku. Puku cuts inside, trying to create something. He's got no one making any runs free. It's here with Stevens. Plays the ball long and deep. Easily cut out by Nisbet in towards Wells. But Nisbet gets the ball back and goes across to Turner in the Slough goal. Chased down by Pratt, but Turner has time to play the ball down the field. Ben Harris tries to flick it on. Green hooks the ball away. Only as far as Wells. Wells' header will find Shepherd. Takes it down on his knee. Easily volleyed clear again by George Wells. High into the Boxing Day sky. Sam Togwell tries to go up, wins the header, it finds Josh Chapman. Chapman being urged to bring the ball forward, skipping past the challenger Medford Smith, but Medford Smith gets his body in the way. And it's played down the fine. Here it's gone out for a throw to Slough on the far side. And Josh Chapman will be the player that will take this throw on the far side.
Half-time to Tim Parks. Please go to the club.
Oh. Ball's played into the box. It breaks here. Lee Togwell trying to win it. Stevens just stands there and it ricochets to him. Ball being cleared. It's out for another throw to Slough. And Slough are just not getting a bit of rubber green inside that penalty box here at the moment. And it's going to leave it for Guy Hollis to come and take. It's going to be a long throw into the box. This is a fair old distance. This is good 30 yards away from goal here for Guy Hollis to take. And he's played it into the box. It's headed away by Stevens, only as far as Josh Chapman. Hits it on the chest. Comes through to Lee Togwell, who puts it high up in the air. Scott Davis trying to win it up against his opposite number 8. And then the ball comes through to Poku. Poku trying to run through. Chapman gets a sliding challenge in. The ball still with Poku up against a couple of players. It comes off Ben Harris last and out for a throw, which they take quickly, looking for the run of Pratt down the near hand side, but Nisbet's there for Slough to clear. And not the best of balls. It comes inside towards Lynch. Lynch just lays it off here towards Green. Green chipping it out here to Monacanu, who's up against Lee Togwell. Monacanu trying to make it down the side. Oh, he nutmegs George Wells, but the ball just runs straight out of play and out for a goal kick to Slough. And both sides are just lacking a little bit in the final third at the last 15 minutes of the game. We've got 3 minutes left before half time. That's a cue for a lot of people to stand up in front of us and leave. We can't see what's going on. But it's going to be Jack Turner with this goal kick for the Rebels. And long kick here, aimed towards Flood, but it's a free header for Akimo. But his header will go all the way to George Wells, who goes straight back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal, who clears it left-footed, looking for Flood. Flood trying to hold the ball up and find Scott Davis. Davis just being forced a little bit wide, but plays it back in towards Josh Chapman. Chapman takes a touch, then chips the ball down the line. It was the right idea, but Flood had been offside, and he knew that, and Akimo now can clear long. Up towards Pratt, over the top of his head, and it will run through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal, who just stands there, waits for Samizada to come across before picking the ball up. And it's a strange game. We've only had 5 shots in the entire game so far. 4 from Slough, and they've scored 2 of them. Ball played in looking for Flood, headed away by Akimo. As far as Lee Togwell, who heads it back in. Flood trying to turn. Akimo's header comes through to Green, inside here towards Shepherd. Shepherd again finds Monacana down this near hand side. trying to take on Lee Togwell, and again he's done the same thing. He's now going loopy at the referee because he's tried to flick it past Lee Togwell. It's gone too far and he can't chase it down because Lee Togwell's just standing there, exactly what George Wells did earlier. And George Wells takes the throw quickly here towards Jack Turner. And a long clearance by Turner means that Flood's got a ball to chase. Akimo again with the header away. Flicked in the air by Lynch. Davis heads it. Oh, what's he doing? He's headed it towards Sam Mizadi. He's got a chance to run through and goal. First real chance. Tries it. Oh, and he just pokes it straight at Jack Turner under good pressure from Mark Nisbet. But he tried to poke it with his right foot instead of taking it with his left foot. And it all came from the fact Scott Davis tried a back header from almost the halfway line, which was really silly. Long kick here by Turner. Shepherd stoops to head it away, finds Pratt. Pratt just hooks it over his head, and it'll go all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. We got a minute of normal time, no indication on the far hand side of any additional time from the referee here this afternoon. And then Turner, long kick down the field, aimed again towards Flood. Again, Akimo wins the header, only as far as Sam Togwell. His header trying to find Davis on the far hand side. Davis leads it on. Medford Smith hooks the ball clear for Wealdstone. Sam Togwell's underneath it, uses his body to head the ball straight out of play and shield the ball. Lynch tries to take it quickly. The referee's not having any of that. And it was taken a good 5 yards in front of where it should be, and the referee has called it back. And then Lynch takes it from the exact same place that he took it, but this time he throws the ball backwards. Ball comes here towards Stevens. Stevens here towards Shepherd, the right back. 10 yards inside his own half. Flicks the ball forward, looking for the runner Pratt. And the ball's been chased down here by Pratt and Hollis. Comes through from Hollis towards Turner, who just smashes it clear down the line. 1 minute of added time chase. Connor Stevens in the foot race here was done. Plays it back towards his goalkeeper North. And then North just turns and plays it back here towards Stevens. We're into that added minute already. And Stevens, the right back, chips it through. It's going to go all the way through to Jack Turner, who's going to be in absolutely no hurry whatsoever to take this goal kick. He's going to wait for a player to come across and before he picks it up. And then Samizada does that, and then Turner picks the ball up. And I literally think that when he kicks this ball, this will be the half-time whistle. And there you go, look at that. I should be good. I'm pretty good at, you think after about 4 or 5 years I would be good at this. Half-time here at Grosvenor Vale. It's Wealdstone 0, Slough Town 2. And the referee being approached by several Wealdstone players here at the moment. And Slough have taken a 2-goal lead here without having either of their normal wide men on. And the referee is now just being sort of with his officials near him. But it's Slough who'll be the happier of the two sides here as the players and stuff depart off. So we'll give you our half-time quiz. Now, what I've done this time is I've tried a mixture of a Christmas quiz and a football quiz, in a way. You'll get it in a minute, don't worry. You can answer on Twitter, it's at MyFC Rebels Radio, or on the YouTube chat room. But you got, I think there's 4 or 5, I can't remember. Apologies there, just so. Right, so, question number 1, and this is just purely a joke one, but please answer. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? So there you go. Question number 1 for you. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? Question number 2 is, in the song 12 Days of Christmas, who does what on the 9th day? So in 12 Days of Christmas, who does what on the 9th day? Okay. Which 2 reindeer are missing from Santa's list? Okay, so I'm going to give you 7 reindeer. There are 2 missing. Okay, so you got Rudolph, Blitzen, Donner, Comet, Dasher, Dancer, and Vixen. Which 2 are missing from that Santa's reindeer list? These are quite easy. I just want a year. If you want a bonus shout out, you can tell me who they played without cheating. What was the last year that Slough played on Christmas Day? So what was the last year that Slough played on Christmas Day? And just a bit of fun, what year was the last time that Wealdstone played on Christmas Day? So there you go, that's your half-time quiz. Come through to us if you want to. If you don't, just sit there and make a cup of tea, and we'll enjoy the lovely music that's coming on this afternoon. We'll try and give you some half-time scores. Obviously not many games on at 1 o'clock this afternoon, this early kick-off. But please be aware that obviously there will be a 1 o'clock kick-off in the return game on New Year's Day. So it will be Slough at home to Wealdstone, New Year's Day, 1 o'clock kick-off in that game as well. And we'll do that for you. So there you go. And a few Slough fans just making their way past us here. We're just going to...
Is Lee walking with you because he fancies your daughter? Is Lee walking with you because he fancies your daughter?
Some motley crew just walking past here. Look at this rabble. Horrible lot they are. Slough fans just making their way through here this afternoon. And so the story of the game so far was in this first half, Slough took an early lead again. This time it was through Ben Harris. He was fouled inside the box. The foul coming from the right back, Jake Shepherd. And it's Slough with the lead. And it was converted by Ben Harris. That goal on 11 minutes, and Slough doubled their lead through a set piece as a Scott Davis corner was headed back across goal by Guy Hollis, and at the back post from a yard out, Mark Nisbet put the ball into the back of the goal. And we've seen 3 yellow cards so far in the game. Could maybe have seen a lot more. I think the referees kind of missed a few things in some games, but all seems to be nice and fine here at half-time. I've got no idea what this song is, but it's really annoying me. So there you go. Right, so let's give you some latest scores or half-time whatever scores from those games that are being played here today. As usual, we missed out the Premier League for you. I presume there's a match of the day on this evening. Nothing in the Sky Bet Championship. In Sky Bet League 1, our friends Gillingham are 1-0 up at home to Portsmouth. In Sky Bet League 2, half-time in these two games, it's Cambridge United 1, Crawley 1, Exeter 1, Yeovil 0. We then switch into the National League, where it's half-time scores again. Bournemouth 0, Barnet 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Leyton Orient 0. In the early kick-off, it's Maidenhead United 3, Aldershot Town 1. National League South, the scores are St Albans City 1, Hemel Hempstead 1, Wealdstone 0, Slough 2, Welling 1, Dartford 0, and Woking 2, Hampton and Richmond 0. We'll switch into the Bostik League, 2 games there with early kickoffs. This one's still going in the first half. It's Bishop Stortford 1, Harlow 0, and coming up to half time it's Enfield 2, Wingate and Finchley 0. Into the Evostik Southern League. These are the only ones that I've got come through so far to me. It's Leiston 1, Needham Market 1 into the Southern Premier League. We haven't got all of them here, but it's Farnborough 1, Hartley Whitney 0, Frome 1, Merthyr 1. And we'll see if we can find you some other scores as the music gets a little bit heavier here at Grosvenor Vale. A little bit of heavy metal being played for us. That's what we love. Got a little bit of heavy metal. Let's see what we can find for you from the Southern League. It's coming up to this. Is going to be. This was an early kickoff. This was a 12 o'clock kickoff. It's Walton Casuals 2, Met Police 2. 64 minutes gone in this one. It's Pooltown 2, Wimborne 1. Half-time, Beaconsfield 2, Staines 2. Just coming up to half-time, a little bit of a delayed kick-off there. Dorchester 0, Weymouth 0. It's Farnborough 1, Hartley Whitney 0, Frome 1, Merthyr 1, and Harrow 1, Hendon 1. That's a half-time score. And then we've got in the Southern Central League, This is almost a full-time score. It's Barwell 2, Colville 3. Half-time, it's Bedworth United 0, Kettering 1. St Ives 0, Royston 0, and just 25 minutes gone in this one, it's Hitchin 0, Biggleswade 0. So those are your latest scores for you. So there you go. So we're being treated to a wide range of music here. I don't know how much you can hear it at home, but a wide range of music. We've had some really rubbish, and now we've got some heavy metal. We've got to just rock out for a couple of minutes. Oh, it seems to have just turned it up now because I'm going along. Good afternoon to Mark Harding, who said, I hope you had a good Christmas. I did indeed. Mark, I hope you did. I hope everyone else had a really good Christmas. And of course, we will be hopefully back on Saturday, where Slough will be away to Dulwich Hamlet. And please, again, if you are planning on going to that game, we are expecting a large crowd. Dulwich Hamlet are playing at home today, and that's their first game back at Champion Hill after being unscrupulously kicked out by their owners. So thankfully they've been allowed back in. So that's good news, and I know that we wish Dulwich the very best at home. So Slough will be there. It is advisable to buy your tickets online first before you go to the game on Saturday, as it will aid with the queues. They are expecting big crowds for today and Saturday's game. It's their first games back. So there you go. So that's what we like to hear. And just be aware of that. And also please be aware, obviously, that we have said this a couple of times, we will be back for Saturday. We'll also be back on New Year's Day if you can't make it to Arbour Park then. And again, that will be a 1 o'clock kickoff on New Year's Day. So it's Slough versus Wealdstone, a 1 o'clock kickoff as well. So some Slough fans just making their way past us here at Grosvenor Vale, home of Wealdstone. I don't know how many people are here, but you'd be lucky if there's 1,000 here, I'd reckon. It's quite deceptive because we are in quite a big stand that's here on this near side. So there you go. We've just still got some heavy metal being played. Loving it. Apart from the fact it's too loud. It's just gone half time in the game. It's now Dorchester 0, Weymouth 0. That is a half time score. It honestly feels like you're at a gig. It's that loud. I think you must have just put this on and gone, yeah, let's just turn it up, get everyone going. So there you go. We're it's just good fun here in the Dunstable derby. It's Dunstable Town 0, Dunstable. One. They both say Dunstable on them. I think it's Dunstable 0, AFC Dunstable 1, or AFC Dunstable 0, Dunstable 1. Whichever one of them is leading 1-0. And oh, look at that! It's finished now. I'm going to put something else on. Let's have a look and see what else we can find. For you, not a lot going on this afternoon in the games here, and obviously a full lot of Premier League games later on this evening. So we've gone from heavy metal to like country and western. No doubt in that you're all being covered in, no matter what your music tastes. Here, let's just have a look at the figures for the game so far. Wealdstone have had 2 shots on target, one forcing a good save from Jack Turner. They've had 1 corner, they've committed 10 fouls, including offsides. Slough, 4 shots on goal, 2 goals, 3 corners, and only 6 fouls. It's been that kind of game where it's not been the greatest of derbies. It is a typical derby in the fact it's very, very scrappy. But Wealdstone will be playing down the slope for the second half. So we'll see how Slough cope with that. Just for your information, obviously there's one game going on between Fulham and Wolves at the moment in the Premier League. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6 games kicking off at 3 o'clock. Then you've got 2 late games in Brighton versus Arsenal at 5:15 and 7:30 Watford versus Chelsea. So there you go. That's your viewing TVs for you if you want to watch a bit of football this evening. And a rather dull, overcast day here this afternoon. And not really much going on, so there you go. Just a quick reminder of the quiz for you, the halftime quiz. First question: is Die Hard a Christmas film? On the 12th days of Christmas, what and who does what on the 9th day? I'm looking for 2 missing reindeer from the list, and a quick guess for you: which year did Slough last play on Christmas Day? Which day did Wealdstone last play on Christmas Day? Good afternoon to Peter Jewell, who's listening in. You can obviously hear it because you recognise the... oh, we've got the Eagles, isn't it? Not Country Western, the Eagles. It's really good. Lovely. Apart from me, I must literally be sat on it, the speaker. I'm surprised that it's not vibrating and making me shiver a little bit, but there you go. So, good collection of music. And like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us, come through on the chat room and we will give you a Christmas shout out for this afternoon. So we'll do that for you if you want to get in contact. Also, you get in contact with us on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. So, oh, sugar. I forgot to do the half time. I forgot to turn the stopwatches off and everything's been going for about an hour. We'll do that now, that might make it. So a couple of Slough players just coming out. The Slough management team have already been sat in their dugout for a few minutes, so they've done their team talk and let the Slough players off to see what they can do. But a couple of Slough players just coming out here. It's cold here this afternoon, not freezing cold, but when you're sat with your feet on the floor for a couple of hours non-stop, it is a bit afternoon. Good afternoon to Tim Abs, who's listening all the way from the west coast of Sweden. So good afternoon to you, Tim. A few Wealdstone players just coming out now. No sign of the Wealdstone Raider. I know you're all looking for him, but no sign of him here this afternoon. Well, let's see, now we got some like country and western. Oh dear, though. Yes, no sign of the Wealdstone Raider, unfortunately, Brinley. I'm not sure where he is, but yes, an eclectic lot of music coming out here this afternoon. I don't know who's doing the music, but more of the Slough fans come out. The Wealdstone goalkeeper just going over to the goal there now, with the Slough fans in the seats behind that goal. And Slough will look to try and keep this 2-goal lead early on in this second half, with Wealdstone playing down the slope. But there you go. So we'll just wait for some fantastic music to be played here this afternoon. Hopefully it'll finish and we can. We've got the referee out now as well, so it looks like the two sides are out. There doesn't seem to be any substitutions from either side, so the two sides for you, starting with Wealdstone, it's North in goal, 2 Shepherd, 3 Medford Smith, 4 Stevens, 5 is the captain Okimo, 6 is Poku, 7 Lench, 8 Samizada, 9 Pratt, 10 Green, and 11 is Monacana. For the Rebels, it's Turner in goal, Jackman 2, Wells 3, Hollis 4, Nisbet 5 is the captain, Lee Togwell 6, Sam Togwell 7, Davies 8, Ben Harris 9, Flood 10, and Simon Dunn is 11. It's going to be Wealdstone with the kick-off, shooting down the slope, the right from left, and that is the kick-off there, and they played it, though it's gone through to Wells, who clears it down, headed away by Stevens, flicked on here towards Green. Green trying to play it in, well intercepted by George Wells again, who plays the ball forwards looking for Flood, headed away by Stevens, comes through to Lee Togwell, who just chips the ball over the top trying to find Flood. Again Stevens first to the ball, comes through to Danny Green, who finds Lench inside here towards Akimo, being chased down by Simon Dunn, plays it out here, easily cut out by Josh Chapman, who's little ball inside, finds Sam Togwell, and then finds Nisbet with the clearance down the field. Not the best of clearances, comes out towards Shepherd, the right back, and he finds Samizada, who's a chance to play the ball in, again intercepted by Mark Nisbet, and then finds George Wells down the left hand side, over the top there, but runs all the way through to the goalkeeper North, who immediately just rolls it out here to Akimo, and spreads it out here towards Medford Smith, under pressure from Davis, back towards Akimo. So happy to let the two centre-backs have the ball. It's now in the path of Stevens. Stevens brings the ball forwards here a good 10 yards in towards Samizadu, who plays it out on the far-hand side to Shepherd. Shepherd with George Wells on his back, trying to create a bit of space here, and just runs it straight out of play for a throw to Slough. And it'll be George Wells to take it on the far-hand side, just a foot or two inside the Wealdstone half, and his throw finds Ben Harris, who just wins a free kick for a high foot there onto Ben Harris. And Slough have a free kick 40 yards away from goal. And it'll be Scott Davies will be the player who comes across to take this for Slough. So he's going to deliver this one in. Sam Togwell goes forwards along with Mark Nisbet and Guy Hollis. So Slough have a chance to put a decent ball in. It is a decent ball. Goes towards Hollis, who slipped though, and Green can head the ball away towards Moncana. Moncana in towards Green. Green just slices it away, and it's gone out of play for a throw to Slough. And Slough will leave it for Guy Hollis to wander down and take this long throw into the box. It's only about 5 or 6 yards away from the corner flag. And the Slough fans back singing again here this afternoon. And it is Guy Hollis with this, until someone just stood right in the way. Come on now. Guy Hollis with this throw to come in for Slough. Long into the box, bouncing around. It comes here towards Sam Togwell, jumping up with North, and North, it's gone out for a... referee says it hasn't gone out, and it's rolled out here towards Lench. Lench down the line here looking for Samizada. Slough a bit stretched here. Monacana's free here on this far hand side, but it will bounce all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And it's easily taken by Turner. And Turner just asking his team to get further up the field here. Slough are playing up this quite a contrasting slope. That's a good 10 foot of slope, I reckon, from one end to another. But Turner, long kick down the field here, looking for Ben Harris, just gets nudged to the floor. Referee says no foul. Sam Togwell comes in with the header, only falls as far as Medford Smith, plays it forward here towards Pratt. Pratt heads the ball on. Samizada gets there, but it will come through to Dunn, who just gets pushed off the ball, and it's a foul there by Poku. And a free kick here to the Rebels, 5 yards inside their own half. And Ben Harris is going over to the referee. I don't think he was too impressed with the fact that he got bundled off the ball. I'll give you those quiz answers. I know I keep forgetting to give the quiz answers, but I will do it. I'll just turn the page over. Once this free kick has come in from Slough and the ball goes dead, I'll give you those quiz answers for you. Jack Turner to take this free kick here, though, for Slough. 5 yards inside his own half. It looks like Slough might make a substitution early in the second half as well. And they take it short here now for George Wells, who come down. Cross his first time. It's a good cross. Volleyed away by Connor Stevens. Only as far as Sam Togwell. Takes a touch in towards Davies. Davies just plays it down the line here for Simon Dunn. Gets to the byline. Tries to cut inside. Still running with the ball. Loses the ball, but it tries to bounce through to Josh Chapman. Chapman keeps it alive for Slough. Finds Davies. And Davies inside towards Flood. Ball back in towards Simon Dunn. Dunn's got a bit of time to find Davies. Davies chips the ball in towards the back post. Slough with numbers in there. Headed away, and it'll come out towards Lee Togwell, who hooks it, finding George Wells. Wells takes a touch, trying to go past Samizada, just being forced wide, gives it towards Lee Togwell. Togwell crosses in first time. Ben Harris can't get there. Headed away by Stevens. And then balls will come through to Stevens again, who this time clears and finds Pratt on the halfway line. Pratt just being shielded here by a couple of Slough players. Has to go back towards Medford Smith. Inside here to Monacana. Monacana coming down the near hand side up against Josh Chapman. Monacana just keeping the ball in. Got a few players in. Finds Lench. Lench just slips on the surface and then finds Poku. Poku in towards Danny Green. Green just has the ability to turn. Plays it out on the far hand side, finding Shepherd. Shepherd crosses, hits it straight at George Wells. And goes out of play for a throw. Quickly taken here, finding Green again. Chased down by Ben Harris. In towards Stevens. Stevens finding Shepherd, the right back. Back here towards Stevens. And inside to Green. Green trying to orchestrate it. Lee Togwell gets fouled there. And it's a free kick to the Rebels. We're just going to see a substitution for Slough. And Ben Harris is the player who's going to come off. And he's going to be replaced by 18, Manny Williams. So Slough make an early substitution. On 50 minutes, Ben Harris off. And Manny Williams on. For Ben Harris. So Ben Harris leaves the field and Manny Williams comes on for Slough. So the first substitution for Slough. And your quiz answers were, is Die Hard a Christmas film? Of course it is. It's the best Christmas film ever. What in the 12 Days of Christmas, what is number 9? It's 9 ladies dancing. Which 2 reindeer were missing? So Slough had the ball here, but it's not been cleared. It's Cupid and Prancer were the 2. Slough last played on Christmas Day on 1956, and Wealdstone last played on Christmas Day 1970. There you go. That's your quiz answers for you this afternoon. It's a throw to Slough on the far hand side, just inside the Wealdstone half. And it's taken quickly here towards Mark Nisbet, score of that second goal for Slough. Under pressure here from Matt Ledge, goes all the way back towards Jack Turner. And Turner launches the ball down on the far hand side, finding Flood. Flood's onside and a chance to run at the goal. He's a little bit further away. He's got Lee Togwell down this near hand side. Togwell down the left. Crosses in first time. It's too deep, but Scott Davis will keep it alive here for Slough down this near hand side. He's got Manny Williams here. Williams just turns inside, cuts it in hard and low, and a challenge, a sliding tackle by Green knocks it out for a corner to the Rebels. Their first of the second half. And Scott Davis will be the player that takes it. And this will be an out-swinging corner here for Slough. And just waiting for the delivery to come in. It's a good delivery at the back post. Free header for Guy Hollis. It's in! It's a third for the Rebels! And Guy Hollis with his first goal of the season. A free header at the back post. And not only is it a free header, but what he does is he heads it back across goal like he did for the second goal. But this time it runs all the way through. And Slough have a 3-goal lead. That goal coming on 53 minutes. It's Wealdstone 0. Slough Town 3. Set pieces have been the downfall of Wealdstone. That's the second goal that Slough scored from a corner. And a second goal that Guy Hollis has headed the ball across the goal and it's gone into the back of the nets. It's Slough with the third. And it's just got a few people just moving around. Wealdstone will have the kick-off here in a second. I can't see. And it's here with Monacana in towards Pratt. Pratt just runs straight into Sam Togwell, who just stands there, and it's here with Lee Togwell trying to release the ball through there, but it's Jonathan North comes out of his goal area to get to the ball first here and rolls it out to Akimo. Akimo to Medford Smith, ball in looking for Pratt. Pratt trying to turn past a couple of players, just gets tackled by Guy Hollis, who's having a really good game here for Slough, and then plays it here for Manny Williams to chase. Williams up against Akimo. Akimo uses his body to shield the ball and out for a throw to Wealdstone. And Medford Smith takes it quickly, finding the goalkeeper North. North just there. Slough quite happy to just put a couple of players forward. Lee Togwell just following Poku everywhere this second half. It looks like they know that he's the player to ball. Ball comes in here, and Monacana will chase here against Guy Hollis. Hollis using his body to shield the ball and does absolutely brilliantly again. Does Guy Hollis, shields it out for a goal kick. And Scott Davis just having a bit of a laugh with some of the Wealdstone fans here. Played here a few years ago. I don't think that they like him that much though. But he's happy. He's now playing on the left-hand side of the midfield. Just announcing. And long kick here. Flicked on for Manny Williams to chase, but it just kips off the ground and goes through to North. And North trying to roll the ball out here for Wealdstone. Slough just putting pressure on the back two centre-backs when they have the ball. And then they put pressure on Poku as well. The ball's been cleared by Stevens, headed away by George Wells, only as far as Poku. And Poku trying to clear, it's blocked well by Scott Davis, flicked on by Sam Togwell, in towards the path of Davis. Davis slips it in, looking for Manny Williams. Williams through and goal. Shoots. Oh, great defending by Akimo, who blocks the ball out for a corner. But Slough again with the pressure. It's a corner to Slough, which Scott Davis will go across to take. A couple of Wealdstone fans not too impressed here, just getting a little bit edgy. And Scott Davis will take this outswinging corner here for Slough. They scored from their last one. Guy Hollis is walking up. He's been marked by Matt Lynch, of all people. And a different formation here for Slough. Guy Hollis is just going for a wander, being followed by Lynch. Ball comes into the back post, headed away to the edge of the box towards Simon Dunn. Shoots from distance. Great save though by North. Fantastic shot there by Simon Dunn. Pushed away well by the goalkeeper. Ball played back in. Not the best of crosses back in, and Monacana comes down this near hand side, runs straight into Lee Togwell. Togwell just wins the ball. Jackman now brings the ball forward for Slough. Plays it out here towards Davis. Davis trying to cross it straight on the far hand side, looking for Chris Flood. Flood controls the ball well on the edge of the area. He's got Simon Dunn coming in to help him. Needs a little bit more help. Gives it from, it's a poor ball by Flood. Gives it away to Sammy Zaddy, but Nisbet's there with a great challenge, and Simon Dunn comes back and wins it back. Flood comes in, and the challenges are coming in fucking fast. Ball breaks here through to Lee Togwell. Togwell 30 yards away from goal, finds Manny Williams. Williams on the edge of the box, up against Kimo. Inside back in, trying to find Lee Togwell, but it's cleared. And here with Lynch finding Monacana again, who cuts through two players, and he's fouled by Josh Jackman. And Monacana looking for a booking here, and Jackman just being brought over by the referee.
Substitution for Wealdstone, coming off number 8, Alexander Samizada. Number 14, Bradley Hudson. So
substitution for Wealdstone. Coming off is Alexander Samizada. Coming on is Bradley Hudson Oy. And then coming off is David Pratt. And coming on
number 17, Pavel Kowalkowski.
And coming on is Pavel Kowalkowski.
Attendance 1,059. Thank you for your continued loyal support.
Okay, so double substitution for Wealdstone. I'll just come in, I'll do that in a second. The ball's here on the far hand side with Shepherd, inside towards the substitute Hudson Odoi. He's been forced back here towards Stevens on the halfway line for Wealdstone. Plays the ball into the box, headed away by Mark Nisbet, only as far as Poku. Poku with the ball inside, looking for Kawakowski. Buck out here, won by Hollis, finding Chris Flood. Flood trying to hit it with the outside of his foot. Foot race for Manny Williams to chase. Manny Williams up against Stevens. Stevens does well to win the ball and plays it back towards his goalkeeper North, and North spreads it out to Green, who was covering. And Green plays it down the line for Monacano. Poor touch by him, but it finds Akimo. And then finds Green. Back here across here for North. North under pressure from Manny Williams. Clears it long. Intercepted by Scott Davis. Finds Sam Togwell in towards Lee Togwell. But it hits it straight at Davis, and Davis can't get there. And Lynch can break here for Wealdstone. Just overruns the ball. Great challenge by Mark Nisbet. And just keeps the ball. Plays it in a couple of times. And now Slough on the attack here with Lee Togwell. Fed in from Sam Togwell. Chips the ball forward. Not the best of balls. It's gone in straight to the goalkeeper North. So that double substitution was Alexander Samizada off and David Pratt off. On with Bradley Hudson Odoi 14, and 17 is Pavel Kawakowski. The ball comes all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner will just stay there for a second with the ball in his hands. And Turner just drops it on the halfway line. Sorry, drops it on his 18-yard line. Sorry, drop it on the halfway line. It'd be terrible. Ball play forward, looking for Flood. Flood flicks the ball on, comes off head of a Wealdstone player. It's a throw to Slough. It's level with the 18-yard box on the far hand side for the Rebels. And George Wells will come across to take this throw for Slough. And good afternoon to some new subscribers in Mike Barton and Joey Morris. And you do need to be a person on YouTube. Slough going to cross in, it's blocked. It will come out here though to Green, who flicks it first time, only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet just brings the ball wide here on the field hand side, chips it forward looking for Wells. Wells trying to flick the header on, but heads it the wrong way. Lynch gets in there first for Wealdstone, and then back in towards Green, and Green hits it straight at Slough player. Little 1-2 with Sam Togwell, and Togwell just can't escape with the ball. Here with Shepherd in towards Hudson Odoi. Little trick by him, and then he's immediately surrounded by some Slough players. Ball comes on the far hand side, looking for Moncana. Oh, Hollis makes a mistake there, and Moncana can come through, but he's being forced wide, and he's been going all the way down the line. Gets a chance to put a cross in, and Slough defend it somehow with Nisbet. Out here now towards Wells. Oh, Wells just turns into danger. No free kick, and it's played across the box. It's a chance for a goal. Oh, and Wealdstone have missed from a yard out. It's Lynch and Poku at the back post sliding in. Jackman was in there for Slough. And they put it wide from a yard out. And that isn't what Slough want. Good spell of play there. George Wells down injured here at the moment for Slough, but he will be fine to continue. Good afternoon to Sam Weisler as well, who's listening in. It's going to be free kick, or goal kick here, sorry, for Slough to take. Jack Turner to take it for the Rebels. Slough got to be careful. Ball play forwards looking for Flood. Over his head, past Shepherd, and Manny Williams will try and chase it. Shepherd makes it all the way back towards his goalkeeper. North. And North has a bit of time on the ball. Clears it long, looking for Odoi. Comes off his chest, and then Lynch flicks it on here for Kawakowski. Heavy touch by him. Great challenge by Nisbet, who goes in hard and clears the ball and the man. But fair challenge. Throw though to Wealdstone, just a few yards. I think he's going to take it on the halfway line actually. Does Shepherd, the right back. And it's quick throw in towards Green. Closed down by Dunn. Little back ball back in towards Shepherd. Shepherd now finding Hudson Odoi on the far hand side. But he's being forced wide. Goes out to play for a throw to Wealdstone. Taken quickly off Shepherd in towards Poku. Poku now finding Hudson Odoi. Finding Lynch. Lynch spreads it out here towards Akimo. Akimo's bringing the ball forwards here to Medford Smith, the left back. Trying to be shown down low. Plays it inside here towards Lynch. Lynch trying to play it back in. Great challenge by Scott Davis. And Josh Jackman gets there first, and then it's cleared back towards the goalkeeper Sam Togwell by towards and a touch there by Stevens. Not the best of touches. It gives chance to Flood to chase it down, but it's played back towards North, and North under pressure finds the ball out on the far hand side towards Green. Skips past the challenger Dunn, bringing the ball forwards. Again trying to find Bradley Hudson Odoi. Great challenge again by Mark Nisbet. And it's here though with Shepherd finding Lynch on the far hand side. Lynch making a bit of space here, trying to cross first time for Monacana, headed away by Josh Jackman. Slough just lacking a little bit of numbers in this midfield here. Ball's here with Hudson Odoi, trying to turn and create a chance. Then plays it out here towards Monacana down this left hand side. He's going to cut inside, gets a cross in, it's straight in at Jack Turner. We're going to call that a shot because we're generous. If you do want to send us a message on YouTube, you do need to be a subscriber. Please come through. We'll give you shout outs this afternoon. So just do that and we'll give you a shout out this afternoon. Ball's here with Jack Turner in the Slough goal. 64 minutes of the game gone. Played here for Flood. Flood just stoops to control the ball. Over the top here for Manny Williams to chase. Stevens has come across. Oh, he just gets a little bit lucky in towards North. He clears quickly. Sam Togwell's underneath it. Lynch beats him to it. Ball comes back out here towards Simon Dunn. Dunn finding Flood. Flood inside towards Dunn. Trying to find Manny Williams. Too much on it again and runs through to North. Now just not having much luck in this second half in playing the ball on the ground. It's rolled out here for Stevens to bring out for Wealdstone. Chips the ball forward looking for Lynch. Headed away by George Wells. It comes out towards Manny Williams who holds the ball up. Plays it off Puku towards Sam Togwell. Trying to find the run of Lee Togwell. What's he doing up there? Skips over in towards North, who rolls it out here to Medford Smith. Inside towards Puku. Puku trying to turn under pressure from Lee Togwell. Finds a chemo on his 18-yard line. Back inside towards Puku. Puku now finding Lynch. Lynch with a Lazy ball out towards Stevens. Stevens aside to Molicano, who's popping up everywhere, trying to run at the Slough defence. Runs it too far, and George Wells has the ball for Slough. In towards Manny Williams. Williams going to try and turn. Finds Davies. Davies trying to spread it out on the far-hand side for Flood. Flood can try and keep this ball in on the far-hand side, and does. Slough haven't got any numbers up, though. It's just Flood and Williams. Williams comes deep for the ball. Turns it, opens his butt. Great challenge by Matt Lynch, though, that will slide in and gets the ball. Ball here with Puku. Coming end to end here at Grosvenor. Back here with Lynch. Lynch covering some distance here in this second half. Back low towards Shepherd. Shepherd the right back inside to Puku. Puku's going to try and find Bradley Hudson-Odoi. He's under pressure from Josh Jackman. Jackman trying to chase him down, and Hudson-Odoi slips. Jackman still standing there with him. Oh, Jackman's done brilliantly there. Brilliant play by Josh Jackman. Ball's here though with Akimo. Finding Medford Smith, the left back. Inside here towards Akimo, finding Puku. Now quite happy to let them have the ball deep. Inside towards Lynch. Lynch gets challenged by Simon Dunn. Meccano tries to turn. Has the ball here, trying to play it down the line here for Shepherd, the right back. Shepherd comes in, hits it hard and low. And guess who's there for Slough? It's Mark Nisbet with some great defending. Inside towards Lee Togwell. Finding George Wells. Wells going to clear it long. Finding Manny Williams. Oh, Manny Williams does brilliantly to turn. And now plays it in here towards Davis. Davis can bring the ball forwards for Slough down the right-hand side. He's looking to chip it forwards. What is he doing? Flood will try and keep that in. And Davis made the wrong selection there. Going to see a substitution for
Slough Town coming off. Number 10,
Chris Flood coming off.
Number 16, Dijon Noel Williams.
And coming on for Slough is Dijon Noel Williams. And coming on for Chris Flood. So Flood off. Dijon Noel Williams coming on 67 minutes. So Slough with a front two of Noel Williams and Williams. We did the joke on Saturday and no one got it, but we got more Williams than Merthyr. And we all know what happened at Merthyr. Let's hope we'll not get a repeat of that, eh? So it's going to be a goal kick here for Wealdstone. North will take it. And North just indicating he wants his team further forwards up the field. And then plays it short to Akimo. And Akimo now has lots of space to bring the ball forward. Finds Medford Smith under pressure from Scott Davies. Davies trying to win it back. And under pressure, Medford Smith plays it back to Akimo. Inside here towards Puku, back towards Akimo. So now happy to let them have the ball. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper North. Under pressure of Noel Williams, who just tried to glance in there. And Medford Smith wins a header straight out of play for a throw to Slough. Good afternoon to Wayne Glaister, who's got 5 screaming grandchildren. But listening to me is making it better. And listening to Slough being 3-0 up. Well, glad we can help. Jackman takes the throw quickly and goes back towards Turner. Oh, Turner just makes a mess of it, but he's got time to clear under pressure from Kowalski. Long ball play forwards to Noel Williams. Hits him on the hand. But ball's here with Poku. Poku finding Lynch. Lynch trying to play it off Josh Jackman. It hits Jackman last. Ball thrown in for Bradley Hudson-Odoi to chase. Jackman comes through. It's out for a corner. Good defending again by Jackman. And only the second corner of the game to Wealdstone. We're halfway through the second half. Here's Wealdstone 0, Slough 3. Taken short here to Monicano, who skips past the challenge and then crosses towards the back post. Stevens gets a header onto it, and then it's caught by Jack Turner, who goes down there. And he's fine. As the Slough fans back in full voice again this afternoon, this second half. And Turner has the ball in his hands. Kowalski will come to try and make him kick it long. Kick long he does. Aim towards Manny Williams. Headed away by Akimo. Will come through to Simon Dunn. He takes it down on his chest. Flicks it forward. Trying to find Noel Williams. Lovely little chest down by him. Finding Manny Williams. Williams has to chase the ball. Medford Smith there with him. But Manny Williams is 175. And Monicano just kicks the ball straight out of play. And it's great pressure by Manny Williams, who's actually 38, but the joke is that he's 125. It's taken in towards from Josh Jackman to Manny Williams. Williams trying to hold the ball up, and Green has to come across, and then it's come through to Medford Smith, who just slices the ball straight out of play over the top of the stand that we're in. And we've got just over 20 minutes left of the game. And Slough with this 3-goal lead here. And it's a throw here for Slough, which Josh Jackman will take for the Rebels. And it's about 15 yards inside the Wealdstone half. Again, looking for Manny Williams. Williams trying to hold the ball up. Feeds it in towards Noel Williams. Noel Williams running across the goal. Just finds the ball out here towards Simon Dunn. Back in towards Noel Williams. He's going to try and play it back out here towards Dunn. Noel Williams takes a go into the box. Here finds George Wells. Wells trying to create a bit of space. Comes back out to Simon Dunn. In towards Lee Togwell. Back out to Simon. Oh, he just played it in between the two Slough players, out for a throw to Wealdstone on the far hand side. Poku takes it quickly to Hudson Odoi. Hudson Odoi goes down, a foul by the Rebels. And a free kick for Wealdstone, halfway inside their own half. Taken quickly here with Hudson Odoi, finding Lynch. Lynch trying to turn past his opposite number 7, Sam Togwell. Plays it out here towards Shepherd, the right back. Lynch has gone and made the run down the near hand side. Lynch gets there, drills it straight across. Nisbet's there for Slough, out for a corner to Wealdstone. And it'll be Green who goes across to take this corner for Wealdstone. It'll be an in-swinging corner here. Again, the centre halves of Kemo are taken quickly here towards Hudson Odoi on the edge of the box, trying to turn and create a space for a shot. Hits it straight at Lee Togwell. Hudson Odoi gets the ball back though, and then trying to turn and create. Finds Green on the far hand side. Green trying to turn and create it, get a cross in. Crosses with his left foot the outside. Noel Williams with the header away. Comes to the edge of the box, blocked by Slough. Comes through, slip there, and Slough can bring the ball out here with Sam Togwell. And Togwell runs to the halfway line. Just plays it in towards Manny Williams. Back in towards Sam Togwell. Over the top for Noel Williams to chase down the far side. Up against Medford Smith. Medford Smith first to the ball, but is forced to clear it straight out of play, and it's a throw to Slough right by the corner flag on the far hand side. And there's a lack of ball boys here at Wealdstone. It's taken ages for a ball to come back on, and Slough will have a throw right by the corner flag on that far hand side. And it's a bit where the gourmet van is called Lynn's Gourmet Burgers. I have not had one yet. In fact, I haven't even eaten. It's going to be Simon Dunn that takes the throw on the far side. And looking for Manny Williams. Williams comes short to try and get there. Comes back out here towards Simon Dunn. Breaks into the box, still going. Plays it across. Oh, it's hooked clear by Medford Smith. Only as far as Sam Togwell. Inside towards Scott Davis. Davis just dallies on the ball, and Monacana seals it off him and brings for Wealdstone. And then Nisbet will get a yellow card for that challenge. And Monacana goes absolutely mad. And Nisbet takes one for the team there. He's just inside the centre circle, so it's not a last man thing. But Mark Nisbet takes a yellow card for Slough on the 74th minute, the third yellow card for the Rebels this afternoon. But Monacana causing some trouble when he runs direct at the Slough Town defence. Poku takes it, fixes it out here towards Medford Smith. He runs straight into Scott Davis. It comes off Medford Smith last. It's a throw to Slough. And Scott Davies just waiting. He's going to leave it for Guy Hollis to come across to take the throw. So Slough will have a long throw further down here to get out of their half. Guy Hollis with this long throw for Slough. Played in here looking for Noel Williams. Comes back towards Davies. Davies chipping the ball forwards for Manny Williams to chase. Comes to the edge of the box, and Shepherd just makes sure that North can get the ball. And North, the goalkeeper, just standing there with the ball in his hands. Looking again, there's not much space for him to try and play the ball. In the end, he has to kick it long here, aim towards Hudson Odoi. Free header for George Wells. It will go straight out of play for a throw to Slough. Slough will make a third and final substitution. Coming off is Scott Davies. And coming on, I believe, is Louis Saws. We're just waiting for confirmation of that. It is Louis Saws coming on for Slough in the 75th minute. And Scott Davis has done his job this afternoon.
Coming on, number 15, Luis Suarez.
And Louis Saws Luis Suarez, they've called him. The ball has come through here on the far side to Shepherd, back towards Stevens. Inside his own half, finding Poku. Poku back towards Stevens, being chased down by Manny Williams. Stevens plays the ball long down the field. Wells with the head away, heads it straight out of play for a throw to Wealdstone, which Shepherd will take 15 yards. Where's he going with it, ref? Where's he going? Shepherd throws it in here towards Green. Green trying to turn against Lee Tugwell. Gets the ball out here towards Poku. Plays it across here to Monacana. And he's going to try and turn inside, finding Poku again. Back inside here for Lynch on the edge of the box. Lynch trying to create. Inside to Monacana. Ball out here towards Medford Smith, who's onside. Crosses in hard and low. Hooked clear by Nisbet again for Slough. Medford Smith just feeding the ball, let it go out of play. Takes the throw quickly to Monacana. Inside towards Poku. Poku up against Sam Togwell. Sam Togwell just pushes into the ground. That's a free kick. And Poku takes it quick inside towards Lynch. Lynch trying to spread it out for Shepherd, but Shepherd has to dive in on Dunn to get the ball and does well. Plays it back out on the far hand side to Hudson-Odoi. Coming down that right hand side, turns back on himself. Still has the ball roughly on the edge of the area, trying to create a space but blocked by George Wells. And now to play for a throw to Wealdstone. And Shepherd will go across to take this throw here for Slough. Quick throw in towards Lynch, but stolen by Dunn. Dunn clears down the line only as far as Stevens. Noel Williams runs from the halfway line to chase him down and does really well to play it off him, but it's out for a throw to Wealdstone. And it takes it short towards Shepherd, does Lynch. Back in towards Lynch. Lynch trying to cross it in first time. So good ball in. Headed on by Kowalski. Comes out to his Louis Soares. Soares just hammers it straight out onto the roof of the stand. And out of play for a throw to Wealdstone. And the Slough fans with their rendition of Bakeson Under's Rebel Army on that far hand side. It's going to be Medford Smith with this throw here for Wealdstone. And again Medford Smith just he's taking it there. Throws it in, headed away though by Guy Hollis. Another throw here for Wealdstone. Taken quickly by Medford Smith towards Green. Gets a little 1-2. Hits it straight at Green, and then Green tries to play it in here to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi trying to turn against Lee Togwell. Hudson-Odoi turning inside and out. Plays it in towards Green. Green slips the ball out of play for a throw to Slough. And Sam Togwell pretends to take it quickly and just drops the ball. It'll be a throw here for the Rebels. And Warren Carter, better known as Brighton Rebels, had to leave at half times because he's going down to watch Brighton versus Arsenal. And the ball's been thrown in by Josh Chapman, finding Louis Soares. Soares under pressure here, trying to hold the ball up. Trying to turn, plays it down the line here for Manny Williams to chase against the Chemo. Chemo's ball only hits Soares. It will fall for Noel Williams. He's turned, he's got a bit of space here, then spreads it out towards Simon Dunn. Dunn onto his left foot, inside towards Soares, who's popped up on the left hand side. Soares back in towards Dunn. And towards Soares. Soares holding the ball up really well down that left hand side. Up against Stevens, trying to chase it down, trying to get past him, but Stevens gets his body in the way. And Wealdstone can bring the ball out here with Poku. Played it up here for Kozłowski. Oh, Lynch is onside. He's going to breaking down on goal. Only Jack Turner to beat. Overruns it. Great save though by Jack Turner. It's gone out for a corner, but the two players who joined at the same time. Lynch running through, tried to poke it past the on-rushing Turner, but Turner was brave, blocked it with his legs. It's a corner though to Wealdstone. Green again takes it, played in first time, headed away by Lee Togwell. Noel Williams tries to Manny Williams tries to use his body to get there. Comes out on the far hand side to Monacani down that right hand side, crosses in again. Guess who's there for Slough? Mark Nisbet hooking the ball clear again for Slough. We're into 79 minutes, so just 11 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on. Lynch is going across to take the throw for Wealdstone. He's going to try and put a long throw into the box. Headed away by Sam Togwell. Comes to the edge of the box and it's Poku that picks it up. Finds Medford Smith. Just being forced wide to find Hudson-Odoi. Up against Josh Jackman. Hudson-Odoi goes down the near hand side. Crosses in at the far hand side. Lynch with a goal bound header. But it's easily saved by Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Good ball just as he headed it down. Just gained no power and was easily claimed by the goalkeeper clad in red this afternoon for Slough. Turner just going to take this ball, chips it down the field, looking for Noel Williams, trying to hold up. It's come through to Simon Dunn. Dunn now coming down the left-hand side, being chased by Poku. Inside towards Lee Togwell, being chased down by Matt Lynch. Togwell turns into trouble, gives the ball away. Chance for Monacana to come down the near-hand side, but Mark Nisbet hammers that. That's going down the Ruislip High Street. And it's a throw to Wealdstone. They're going to take it a little bit closer than that. I think Lynch is going to put another long throw into the box. And they're waiting for a chemo to come through for Wealdstone. And Lynch's throw goes into the box. Sam Tugwell there to head the ball away. Comes out towards Manny Williams. Just it down to Dunn. Dunn's ball forward for Noel Williams to chase up against Medford Smith. Noel Williams trying to show his speed, but Medford Smith does well and plays it back towards North in the Wealdstone goal. Plenty of time for him to bring the ball out with his feet. Clears it long. Looking for Green, but ball comes through to Kawakowski. Trying to field the ball in, but only as far as Mark Nisbet, who's chased everything this afternoon. And then has time to look and clear. Trying to clear it long, only as far as Medford Smith. Inside to Hudson Odoi. Hudson Odoi trying to turn past Josh Chapman. Chapman staying with him. Inside towards Medford Smith. Saunders has won the ball back for Slough and into towards Sam Togwell. Finding Lee Togwell. Ball play forward. So a bit lazy by Lee Togwell. And Akimo can go back towards his goalkeeper. Plays it with a little bit of pace. And North go across his 6-yard box to clear the ball. Only as far as Simon Dunn. Chests it down in towards Noel Williams. Noel Williams just takes it away from Dunn and keeps hold. It can turn. Chance to run at the defence. Up here against Puku. Trying to go towards the corner flag. Finds inside towards Simon Dunn. Back here trying to find Noel Williams, and he goes down and wins a soft free kick there for Slough. And it's a free kick for Slough, roughly 18 yards out, but right on the sideline. And it's going to be George Wells to come and take this. For Slough fans giving a rendition of Jingle Bells. Let's hope they're not a little bit too early with that song. It's going to be George Wells with this free kick here for Slough. Played in hard and low. Hooked clear by Stevens. Lee Togwell's underneath it for Slough. Heads it up in the air. Gets a second chance. The ball comes through. This one back here with Lynch for Wealdstone. Inside towards Kawakowski. Kawakowski with a chance to run at the defence. Up against Guy Hollis. Does well to skip past the change. Great save by Jack Turner, and then the shot comes in. And Turner does really well again for Slough. He blocks with his feet the shot from Kawakowski, who was bursting through one-on-one against the defence. Got the wrong side of Guy Hollis. Great save by Jack Turner, and the shot then came in from Green from distance, but was way over the top of the bar. And Slough still lead here 3-0. We're into 8 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on. Ball played in. Con Stevens tries to flick the header on. It comes through to Shepherd. Shepherd finding Lynch. Lynch orchestrating a lot into Monacana, who's popping up all over the place. But again, he's done this several times this afternoon. He's just ran the ball out of play under no pressure. And it's a throw to the Rebels, which George Wells will take. He's a couple of feet inside his own half. And tries to find Noel Williams. Williams trying to flick the ball on. Comes through to Stevens. Stevens hits it straight at Noel Williams. Manny Williams tries to get there first, but the ball's played here to Medford Smith, who plays it out here to Hudson Odoi, being marshalled by Josh Chapman. Hudson Odoi loads of little tricks, tries to go past, and a great challenge by Josh Chapman.
Well done, Josh.
Keeps the... Goes out of play for a throw to Wealdstone. Medford Smith to take it. Goes all the way back to Akimo. Akimo's got a bit of time on the ball. Chipping it forward, trying to find Green. He's offside. And a free kick to the Rebels. Slough fans back in good voice with their song Everywhere We Go. You can join in at home. Everywhere we're boys, making all the noise. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. There you go. We're just waiting for this goal kick, free kick to come in from Jack Turner. No, I'm not going to sing again, don't worry. And it's Jack Turner's long kick aimed again towards Noel Williams. Won by Akimo, but goes straight out of play for a throw to Slough. So we'll take their time with Josh Chapman coming to take it. Several fans are leaving here early. Boxing Day commitments may be are taking over. We're waiting for this throw to come in from Josh Chapman. Loads of people standing in all way, but the throw comes to Louis Soares down the right hand side. I can't see what's happening now, but Soares has turned. He's gone round to the corner flag, trying to keep the ball down that right hand side, and it's one back here by Slough looking for a free kick, and they get a free kick for a foul by Akimo. And it's almost like a short corner, this one. It is on that corner line. And it will be Soares who's standing over this for Slough. He's got Manny Williams come across to take it. He's just going to tell him what to do here. Soares just being instructed by Williams. As the Slough fans now sing, "We can see you sneaking out." It's Soares to take this free kick. Two-man wall here for Wealdstone. Slough looking to try and chip it into the box. Played across. Oh, headed away though. Comes out though only as far as Dunn. Dunn finds Josh Chapman. Chapman trying to turn it in on the far hand side, but that will run out of play for a goal kick. And it's North who's hurriedly getting the ball down to take this one, and then plays it short towards Lynch, who's deep inside his own half. Lynch is trying to run with the ball, gives the ball away. The referee says it's a foul though by Slough. And the ball's played here towards Akimo, finding Medford Smith again. He's immediately closed down by Soares. Chipped forwards for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi trying to skip past a couple of challenges, cuts inside, bringing the ball with him. Plays it across here towards Shepherd. Shepherd trying to come down the far hand side with Monicano. Again, he skips past the challenge, but again, there's no end product with him. And the ball's taken off him by George Wells. And the ball will go all the way through to Jack Turner, who waits for someone to come down before picking the ball up. Great defending there this time by George Wells. And again, they're just telling Noel Williams to go to the corner flag to try and go. Jack Turner's just standing with the ball at his feet. Kawakowski comes across, and then he clears the ball long for Slough. Again, looking for Noel Williams. Headed away though by Poku. Comes out here to Monicano. In towards Lynch, closed down by Dunn. Out for a throw to Wealdstone on the far hand side. And it's quickly taken in towards Green. Green gets it back here from Shepherd. Green tries to play it down the line, all the way through to Mark Nisbet. Nisbet inside towards Sam Togwell, finding Soares. Soares with a chance to run at the defence. Hits it straight at Manny Williams. A little bit too hard, but Soares, lovely ball. Manny Williams in towards Soares. Through and goal. Just the goalkeeper to beat. He shoots. It's saved, and it's a good save by North. He saves the rebound as well. He gets onto that rebound, but Soares with the shot from Slough, forcing the save, and North rolls the ball out here towards Shepherd. Shepherd bringing the ball, cuts inside, leaves it to Soares with the tackle. Comes back out though to Soares, inside to Noel Williams. Noel Williams tries to turn. Ball comes back out towards Soares. He's going to find Manny Williams. Williams on the edge of the box, trying to chip the goalkeeper, puts it high and over the top of the bar, and out for a goal kick. And we just wait for the Slough fans to give the ball back. Some more Wealdstone fans leaving here. And it's North with the goal kick. Long kick, aimed again at Kawakowski. Won superbly by Lee Togwell, only as far as Akimo. Akimo trying to chip the ball over the top for Hudson-Odoi to chase. Oh, Chapman just sticks the leg out. It's a great bit of defending, very unorthodox. And then Kawakowski loses the ball to Soares, inside towards Lee Togwell. Togwell running with the ball. Kawakowski comes in, pushes him in the back. Played inside, referee should pull that back, he doesn't. And Kawakowski now has the ball, trying to chip it on the far hand side. George Wells just cushions the header back towards Jack Turner, and Turner will take the ball at his feet and just take it over a little bit and wait for Monicano to come across before picking the ball up, and that's what he does. The Slough fans now with just a minute of normal time left, plus whatever the referee adds on. They're now singing Bakes and Under's Rebel Army, as Turner just drops it on the edge of the box again, waits for someone to come and then plays it long, looking for Noel Williams. Does well to flick the header on, but comes off a Wealdstone player last. It's a throw to Slough, and it looks as though Slough will have the 3 points here this afternoon. Referee just telling Slough to hurry it up here at the moment. George.
Man of the match, as selected by our sponsors, Wealdstone.
The Wealdstone number 6 Poku has been given man of the match. Slough have the ball in the corner with Manny Williams holding the ball up here against Shepherd.
The officials have indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes.
3 minutes of added time to be played here. Williams still keeping the ball in that far hand side. Great play by him. And then he tries to play it through. Hooked clear though by Akimo. Only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet just hammers the ball back down there. And now to play for a goal kick.
We travel to Slough for the return game on New Year's Day.
And a lot of Wealdstone fans have gone now this afternoon.
At the final whistle, so safe journey home.
Oh, I think everyone wants to go home earlier. Even the Tannoy announcer has said there'll be no announcements after the final whistle. He's going as well. Tugwell wins the header for Slough. It's Lee Tugwell. Dunn tries to get there. It's come through to Campbell-Kowski. Lynch here with the ball. Runs straight into Nisbet. And then a foul by Lee Tugwell means a free kick here to Wealdstone. 30 yards away from goal at least. Taken quickly, and somehow Kovalkowski makes a miraculous recovery from rolling down on the floor injured. It's a free kick which Puku will take 30 yards away from goal. Slough don't have a wall. Chipped on the far hand side looking for Lynch. Takes it down on his chest up against Saws. Lynch trying to turn and create an angle to put a cross in. It's over the top of everyone and out of play for a goal kick. And we're into, we've had a minute and a half of the added time. And I think there's a fire drill somewhere going on because all the Wealdstone fans have gone. They've all just disappeared. So we wait for Turner to take this goal kick here for Slough. He's in no hurry whatsoever. Takes it long, aimed at Noel Williams. Over the head of him. Manny Williams tries to chase it up against Shepherd. Shepherd does well to use his body to come round. Turns, cleans it down the line. Monacani tries to head it on. Lynch is there looking for a free kick. Doesn't get it. Comes out. It's a throw to Slough. Kelvin Lloyd, don't say it. Kelvin, don't say it. And we're just going to wait for the throw to come in from Slough on the far hand side by George Wells. And it's him looking for Noel Williams over his head. Manny Williams trying to play up against Stevens. Plays the ball down the line. Dunn chases it. The goal played back by Stevens towards the goalkeeper. Noel Williams chases it down. Oh, North makes a mistake. He just gets it out underneath his feet. Finds Medford under the pressure of Noel Williams. Clears it down the line looking for Hudson-Odoi, who's immediately closed down by Sam Tugwell. Slough win the ball back here with Sam Tugwell. He's got Saws down the near hand side. Finds Saws. Saws will go towards the corner flag. Up against Poku. Poku just pushing him, and it's now to play for a goal kick. But Slough just hanging on. I think that once he takes his kick, that will be the full-time whistle. As North in no hurry whatsoever here, as many Wealdstone fans have gone. Long kick by him into the centre. Lee Tugwell with the header away, and there's a head injury here, but it doesn't matter because the referee has blown up. It's full-time here at Grosvenor Vale. It's finished Wealdstone 0, Slough Town 3. 2 goals in the first half for the Rebels. Early goals. Ben Harris putting the Rebels on the way with a goal on 11 minutes from the penalty spot. Then 5 minutes later, it was extended by Captain Mark Nisbet, who fired in from a couple of yards down. Lynch is just down injured here at the moment, still on the pitch. He's just been seen to by a few. I can't understand why the Wealdstone physio hasn't gone over to see. He's got a head injury. Second half, they were leading at half time, then 2-0. Flurry of yellow cards, just dished out by the referee, lost control of the game. And then Slough got an early goal on 53 minutes from Guy Hollis. His first of the season means that Slough win here 3-0. And they've kept a clean sheet. Calvin, you can say it now. You can say it now. It's full time and Slough kept a clean sheet. They're first since the game against Concord Rangers, I think. And Slough will be very happy. 6 points over these last 2 games as the Slough players go across to the Slough fans on that far hand side who have travelled down here today. They're the ones that are getting the applause from the Rebel faithful behind that goal. And the squad of Slough worked hard today, this afternoon, and they've got the 3 points. Matt Lynch, the ex-Slough Town player, just going through and And then a really loud version of Bakes and Under's Rebel Army from Slough coming out. But the Wealdstone fans in the corner, as their players off, they're having a right go at their management team. Here, there's people waving arms and shouting and things as Wealdstone leave the pitch. But there you go, it's all over here, and thank you all for listening as usual. Thanks everyone for coming on here this afternoon. Just a reminder, so we're away on Saturday to Dulwich Hamlet is the game. We shall be there as well to give you all of the info from that game and the commentaries. Hopefully Slough can get a third win in a row. And the Slough fans now finally leaving. And I've got to say, very sportingly, there's a lot of Wealdstone fans and Slough fans at the corner there clapping off the Slough fans here as they come through. And it's all finished here at Grosvenor House. Slough Town have won 3-0. 3 more points over the Christmas period. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back on this Saturday coming 3 p.m. kickoff away to Dulwich. Until then, thank you all for joining us here. Have the very rest of the great rest of your Christmas period, and don't forget the New Year's Day one is 1 o'clock if you are coming down to that game. So until then, thank you all very much and enjoy the rest of your day.